in Dubai and we're in Abu Dhabi for the Redbull Air Race.
So I'm here at the Abu Dhabi Redbull Air Race today, where we've come up from Dubai to take a look behind the scenes at how the event is put on and how the championship is won. Now, I don't know an awful lot about this event, but we're going to see a lot of crazy stunts from some aeroplanes.
So we're here on the beach by the Redbull Air Race. Now you can see behind me the pylons, the things with the red tips here. This is where the planes have to fly between. There's two pylons and they have to fly between them, and there's a certain circuit that they have to complete to get points in order to win. So every now and then I keep hearing a big bang, like a firework going off. Now they do that to scare the birds away, so the birds aren't in this area while the planes are flying, because as you can imagine, it's not going to be very good for the birds, and probably not good for the planes either. Marcel? Nice to meet you. This is Marcel. He's the man who knows everything about pylons, I've heard.
So the pylon you see right behind me is an original Redbull Air Race pylon. It's exactly the same setup as what we have on the racetrack. The pylon itself is 25 meters high. It's about 5 meters in diameter at the bottom and about 75 centimeters at the top. Our material is also very strong, just like a parachute. It's very light. It weighs about 60% of regular copy paper weight. But as soon as it gets damaged a little bit, it rips basically by itself. And also try to see that I'm not like freakishly strong.
Okay, right.
Maybe you are freakishly strong.
I am,
also.
yeah.
You are.
So it's like a bouncy castle? A big bouncy castle, please.
Yeah, well, you can say that. No, it's not like a bouncy castle. There's much more to it, but I don't
want to make it sound like you're a bouncy castle, man. You're a highly qualified professional pylons expert, but you know,
I'm a bouncy castle expert. Interesting thing you see that we always start to zip from the inside, but on the outside we don't have a stopper, okay?
Yeah.
Because once you zip out, I take off the zipper and it always stays with me, okay? Because
so
the fabric, exactly, because the fabric and the zippers, it cannot damage the plane. We always scream flap, just to let everybody know around us that the flap will come down and they should clear out, okay? So, you will get to open the flap with pressing this button, but before you open it, you have to scream flap, okay?
Okay.
Flap, and then press the button.
Okay, are we ready? Okay. Flap!
Flap!
Whoa. Right. No. Stay. No. So now we're here inside the pylon, and we have to come through that flap there. Now, there's a whole system for this. You have to press a button and the flap opens. If the flap's open for too long, the air pressure goes down and the pylon starts to capsize. So you can't leave the door open for too long. Now I made a mistake because I didn't know what to do, so we left the door open too long and the pylon almost came down. But then I came up and we closed it, and all of a sudden this engine here is pushing air into the pylon, which lifts it up. Now through the center of the pylon we've got a rope, so if the pylon capsizes, instead of it going sideways, it comes down in the middle because the rope pulls it. So when you put up the engine to the full amount, it goes to 12 millibars in terms of pressure. This pops the ears, but right now we're just at 3, so it's okay.
Have you raised the pressure to give you an idea how it is like on the racetrack? Your ears might pop, okay? Just like when you're taking off with an airplane. Right. But there's no health concerns, don't worry.
That's when it's at
12 millibars.
12 millibars, it's got like...
You feel how the whole pylon is there?
Wow! I can feel my ears popping! And now the wall's gone hard! stopping because the pressure's gone up. Bet you didn't know there's so much that goes into these pylons, eh? So we have a break between planes right now, and the boats are going on to do a few repairs on the pylons. They may look small behind me, but these are like almost 20 meters high. So the bottom of it is thick like a marquee, and the top is like a parachute, quite thin. Now the bit you see at the top of the pylon is called the flight window. This is the red bit, and this is made from fabric almost like a parachute. So each pylon is kept inflated by a petrol-driven engine which sends air into the pylon and keeps it upright. So the pilots have to go through the pylons, but only in the flight window in the red area. If they go below that or above that, then they incur a penalty. Now, they don't judge it on where the airplane is, but on the helmet of the pilot. So I've been watching some of the seagulls behind me. They seem very relaxed about things, and they keep flying into the flight zone. I think we're going to see a bit of seagull chop suey if we're not careful.
It's a jetpack, it's a turbine-powered jetpack.
Right.
It'll do 200, 250 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
And this one will fly for about 6 minutes.
That was an amazing flight. I'm absolutely gobsmacked watching you take off and fly around there. It's incredible.
And he wants to get in there now and do it himself.
I want to go! Good idea.
Like 20 years ago.
And you engineered it yourself?
No, I've got an engineering partner in California, so we worked on it together for the last 12 years.
So are you going to make it into a commercial thing, or is it just your toy?
The idea is to build one that anyone can fly.
Wow.
So you don't need any training. You can basically just get on it. Maybe it's like a bicycle.
Yeah.
You sit on it, and it's completely stabilized, and you can fly.
Yeah.
That's where we're going. I mean, that's the goal.
And how long does it take you to perfect that? I mean, you must be.
I've trained him in like a week and a half.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you train me? I want to know. I want to do this.
He might be untrainable.
Yeah, I might be. I might be. I'm more worried about is, it's one of those things that you only get one mistake to learn from.
When we train, we have a safety system.
Right.
So if you screw up, you don't hurt yourself.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Or our gear, which is more important.
Yeah. I've had an unbelievable time here at the Redbull Air Race. I came to watch some aeroplanes flying through loops. I've ended up seeing a guy in a jetpack flying along the corniche, and I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Redbull. Join me on my next adventure. Question time. Lady at the back.
Are you thinking about retirement?
Am I thinking about retirement? Not yet. I've still got a few more championships in the kitty. Yep. Sunday Times.
What's next?
What's next? Well, I'm thinking about my autobiography, and we'll see what comes after that. Autographs, press room.